Russia's war in Ukraine. Russia launched a fresh barrage of missile strikes on key infrastructure facilities in Kyiv and other Ukrainian cities on Monday, leaving parts of the capital without electricity and water. Russia suspended its participation in a UN-brokered grain deal viewed as key to addressing the global food shortage, according to the country's defense ministry. Moscow announced it was leaving the deal after blaming Ukraine for a drone attack on Crimea Saturday. Kyiv accused Russia of inventing fictitious terrorist attacks and using the deal as blackmail. By Sunday, more than 200 vessels had been blocked from making shipments, Ukraine said. Some 12 ships left Black Sea ports on Monday. A growing number of Kyiv's allies condemned Moscow's move. Turkish defense minister to speak with Russian counterpart about grain deal suspension. Turkish Defense Minister Hulusi Akar plans to talk with his Russian counterpart on Monday, following Moscow's decision to withdraw from the United Nations brokered grain export deal with Ukraine. Akar will hold discussions with Ukrainian authorities as well as Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu on Monday evening, the Turkish Defense Ministry said in a statement. Suspending this initiative will not benefit Russia, Ukraine or anyone else. We are continuing our discussions with the Minister of Defense of Ukraine and the Minister of Defense of Russia. We will talk to them and try to ensure that this initiative continues. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan told an audience earlier on Monday that Ankara is determined to try and keep the Black Sea Grain Initiative alive, despite Moscow's withdrawal. Turkey and the UN negotiated the deal in July to help alleviate the effects of Russia's invasion on Ukraine on a worsening global food crisis, with Western officials accusing Moscow of using food as a weapon in the war. At least 10 Russian missiles were intercepted over Ukrainian capital, official says. From CNN's Kostan Nekiporenko in Kyiv. At least 10 Russian missiles were shot down over Kyiv early on Monday, according to a local official. The police of the Kyiv region are now discovering debris from downed rockets of the occupiers in various areas of the region, Regional Police Chief Andriy Nebitov said on Telegram. Air Defense Forces shot down at least 10 enemy missiles. Alexei Kuleba, head of Kyiv Region Military Administration, said the strikes hit critical infrastructure targets and 2 people had been injured, 1 seriously. Moscow launched renewed strikes targeting critical energy facilities in Ukraine on Monday, disrupting power access across the country. Monday's missile strikes in Ukraine came from Russia's Rostov region, officials says. The missiles that rained down on Ukraine on Monday morning were launched from Soviet-era Tu-95 and Tu-160 bombers that took off from Russia's Rostov region and over the Caspian Sea, a spokesperson for the Ukrainian Air Force said on TV. There had been several waves of missile launches, said Yuri Inat, spokesperson of the Air Force Command of the Armed Forces, repeating the claim that Ukraine had shot down a really high percentage, 44 of the more than 50 missiles fired. Moscow says attacks on Ukraine targeted military and energy facilities. Kyiv disagrees. Russia's defense ministry said its forces targeted Ukraine's military command and energy systems in strikes on Monday. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continued strikes with high-precision, long-range air and sea-based weapons against Ukraine's military command and energy systems, the ministry said on Monday. All assigned objects have been hit. Meanwhile, the Ukrainian government said that Russia's targets had been energy infrastructure and not military facilities, adding that a large number of missiles had been intercepted. A fresh round of missile strikes launched by Moscow hit infrastructure in major cities across Ukraine on Monday and disrupted residents' access to power and water. Russian attacks struck 10 regions and damaged 18 facilities, says Ukrainian Prime Minister. Moscow's fresh wave of strikes on Ukraine Monday hit 10 regions and damaged 18 facilities, most of them energy-related, according to Ukrainian Prime Minister Denis Shmyhal. Their target was not military facilities, but civilian critical infrastructure, Shmyhal said on Telegram. Hundreds of settlements in 7 regions had lost power and engineers were working at full capacity to repair the damage, he added. Emergency power outages were ongoing in the regions of Kyiv, Zaporizhzhia, Dnipropetrovsk and Kharkiv, Shmyhal said. The recent shelling has damaged critical infrastructure in major cities across the country, disrupting power and water to Ukrainian residents as the country gears up for the winter season. Houses damaged in Moldovan border village by intercepted Russian missile. The windows of several houses in a Moldovan village were broken after a Russian missile shot down by Ukrainian forces crossed the border, according to Moldova's Interior Ministry. This morning, a missile shot down by the Ukrainian anti-aircraft system fell in the northern end of the village of Naslavsia in the Republic of Moldova, the ministry said in a statement. At the moment, there are no recorded victims, but the windows of several houses in Naslavsia were destroyed, it added. Naslavsia is located in northern Moldova, on the border with Ukraine. A government task force is on the scene and all protective measures have been taken following the incident, according to the statement. The ministry said the Ukrainian side informed them Monday morning that there was a drone attack on the Dniester hydroelectric station, which is on the territory of Ukraine and at a distance of 10 kilometers (6.2 miles) from the Naslavsia dam, targeting energy infrastructure. Ukrainian authorities announced that there is no danger of flooding, the statement continued. On Monday morning, a series of Russian missile attacks were launched on key infrastructure across Ukraine, leaving parts of the capital, Kyiv, without electricity and water.